Does it have to happen now? Well, that's in the past. Because now as it happens, the word even as it's happening lasts longer than the point, the intermediate point of me speaking the letters in the word, which is actually a sound. And that sound is expressed by the letters. How you hear and what you write is your vibration. How you can alter your vibration to see a little bit above and a little bit below that vibration to pick up the geometric shape, which we call letters, which can actually be single dots or single lines, or one dot that's stretched out. Like a single line is thinner than an actual dot. If you take, for example, on square paper, right, that when I create a dot, okay, I can only create a dot in one area. The dot has to be, I'm going to show you, okay, has to be like this. See that dot over here? Why? When you're building, and Jesus apparently was a carpenter, and Moses was a carpenter, and Noah built the boat, what did Allah do? Alley-oop. He got it all in the pocket, right? 2 points, 3-point long bomb. Okay, basketball. So when you're calculating, you need a specific point. And that point goes between 4 area blocks. Let's call these area blocks cells. So this dot, okay, will connect to 4 cells, or it'll be the nucleus, okay, the nucleus of the 4 cells. What connects them together? How are they connected together? But let's keep that out because there's a question, and I don't know the terminology for cells in the body, but if I did, I would be able to tell you a continuous story. So now when it comes to the thin line is drawn from this corner to this corner, right? When I draw that line, my question is it this line here or is it this line here? Regardless, this line over here has a value, and I will take that value at 35. Or I'll take this value at 35. Now you're saying, what, 35? Why 35? Well, what's the value over here of this one? That's 17. So I'm going to write this out and show you. I'm going to even show you where it comes from, okay? I'm going to even show you where it comes from. Don't look at number 7. Oh, F off. F off, right? Number 7. I don't know why. And I have to think of what I was talking about now. Oh, God, I just lost myself and I can't stop the video. Someone tell me, please. What was I talking about? Shouldn't have done that, right? Shouldn't have done that, right? Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to look at my video again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got to go see my video. So just give me a break here. I'll let you maybe look at this page. All right, maybe I can go here. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to replay this. I'm going to look at my video again. I'm sorry. And I have to think of what I was talking about now. Now you're saying 35. Okay, now I remember. Okay. What's the value over here of this one? Okay, I remember. So I'm going to write this out and show you. Okay, so where's my video? Where's my video? Don't tell me I'm off my video. Please don't tell me. My camera's still working. Wow, live streaming. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is what happens. This is what happens. I'm gonna draw it for you. So when you're playing the game of roulette, okay, when you're playing the game of roulette, okay, this is a casino game. There's fiat money on the line. There's people gambling. There's croupiers and all kinds of stuff. Okay, there's all kinds of stuff, even in the word. Okay, if we had to recreate a planet, if we had to make a fake planet, right? Imagine I was in the 5th grade, I was in high school, and I was in the 4th or the 5th. What do you want to call it? I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not that smart to the worldly thesaurus. I don't know, the Webster of the dictionary, the tangled web of the weaved web. So let me show you. Let me show you from games. The roulette tells a story. There is artwork in the roulette game. There is artwork in the roulette game. There are stories and histories, past, future, present. All you need is the skull bones of time to figure out how things were going on. And everything comes together in shapes like the watering holes of the elephant, the way they specifically are in specific places for its specific reason that seems to be a specific distance so they can make it to the next watering hole. These designs on my floor, not the dice cube over here. That's a story right over here, right? See, you got a color here, you got a blank, and you got a color there. There's no color on the lines, right? Those lines are the dividers between two. See that corner over here, that 3 over here? If I took this corner over here, right, and then I took that other cube over there and put these 2 corners together, right, you would end up with 6. You would end up with Merkaba. Merkaba. Okay, so anyways, that's the roulette over there. And in roulette, they're going to give you odds in the game for roulette. Let's see if we can look this up. We're all over the place, right? Let's look up roulette. All these things have to exist on your favorite search engines, whether it's Firefox or, hold on a second, whether it's Firefox or whether it's, what is that? Can't see it. Whether it's Firefox or it's, see, I can't see it somehow. That light's in the way from somewhere. I don't know. Let me see. Where's that light? See that? See that orange and blue coming together? That's Firefox. So you can search any one of your favorite Firefox or Firefox search engines, and you will come up with different types of information. And we're going to punch in roulette. Okay, and when we punch in roulette, I'm just going to go to images, and hold on a second. I'm going to go to images, and you're going to see stuff online. Look at that. I didn't create any of this, okay, but it's all of this truth. If you look up roulette right now, ask me a question. I might not have all the immediate answers, but I'll create an equation that will be fair to the rest, okay, of the association for a better understanding between it all. All of that is logical. Everything must be understood, the similarities as the differences, as to you're standing on one corner. You're standing on one corner, and unless you're at a dead end, there's actually one other corner. Otherwise, there's a flat wall because you're at the dead end. So what must you do at the dead end? You dig at it until you get through it. You tunnel through the dead end until you get to the other side. I wanted to talk about number 12. Number 12, the end and the beginning of a new 2552 Jack Earth, the plugin. Why? 6 and 6 are 2 cubes. 12 is the female. They call it the bat mitzvah. 12 years old becomes the girl to a woman, to the capacity to have and not to have the ending of a sentence on this 28-day cycle of men, the men's cycle, where when you write a sentence or a phrase and it ends with a period, you know you're in a new paragraph and possibly a new beginning, unless it was the end of the book and it said the end. TH, teach, E. Who is he? 14 and 23, 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 3, 5 created by 7 times 6, 2 and 4. 7 plus 6, 13, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jack, 25. Earth, 52. It is a plug-in. A plug-in. I skipped over something that I didn't mention. I mentioned it, but I didn't explain it. Now I'm going to show you more of the roulette. More of connecting. There's so many things connected, but I don't have any of the questions. I came on here now 11 minutes. Nobody showed up because I gave nobody time, but I guess there's a little bit of time if somebody's looking to watch Mr. Tackpans. When it flows through me and you ask me the questions, I can let you flow with it. And through it, as the stream starts, it goes back down to what the question is, comes up the other side, and it keeps flowing. And around and out with answers. So it goes around and then out here, okay, or the action. Just give me a second. I need something to drink. Someone to the left of you on the angle of 120 degrees, and someone on the right of you to one angle of 120 degrees. If you're all connected, connecting, holding this arm 10 and this arm 10 because of the person to the right and the person to the left, in which the others are holding their hands together, that I shall be 10, 10, 20, as they shall be just 10, 20, because their other hands are connected to me. I am the machine that is connected to the two wings. I hold my hand in 5 and 5 and hold their hand in 5 and 5 to make it 10, 10. I hold 20 and 1 of who I am. I am all of 10, 10. 20, 10, 20. 1020 is said and is in an expression where they say the completion of 1020, when they say in French 90. When we speak in French, it is completely a different language and also a different expression of association of how the gates of the division, the gates of divide, divinity come together. Because once you say 1020, which is JT, which is also the gateway, because wow, I lost my thought again. Wait a second. Yes, 1020. 1020 is said as, I got to write this down. You see, it's French. It's French. 90. 90. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I need this new world dimension within one's mind. Always within one's mind. Satisfaction, ecstasy within one's mind is continuous. It cannot be taken away. It cannot be altered, for once you know the continuous divinity in the satisfaction of one's mind. This is where I need to go. This is where we need to be. This must be learned and understood. But the question is why? Because it's not easy to do absolutely nothing. I think doing absolutely nothing while doing something at the same time would be a clash. But the something that I am doing while doing nothing is all in my mind. It is the ecstasy, it is the fantasy of the ecstasy. The movies of the mind, of what the mind can create, that need not be done and will be done in silence. Rocking in your own chair. The flowers of the 60s. It has been 61 plus years since we said it is now the 60s. Oh, my door is open. The 60s brought providence into what will be and is the 70s. One of the reasons is Gematria scale goes from 1 over to 6, 6 over to 7, and then 7 over to 1, in which what happens during the scale of the Aztec Mayans and the Mayan designs, and I like to say the Aztec Freelies of 1539, Mars angel creation of the energy angels. If you think there's a scientific laboratory that was and is going on here on this planet presently right now, what is going on, you can and you could try, but you can never replicate the creation that has already been created. The primary of all cells, if it cuts the tail off from the rest, all that you will try to create will never be able to be reincarnated other than the original tail that lives, which is who we are in the alter world, presenting ourselves in the blue world today. I'll be with you. I have a fly in the house. So here it is. When you look at the Aztec Mayan basic art, now I'm going to have to look this up because the Aztec Mayan. See the way the pyramids go up? Let me see if I got this here. See the way the pyramids go up, and there's more to it. I'm looking for maybe it's the artwork somewhere. Hold on, images, shopping. Now let's look at shopping. Maybe it's in most of the shopping pieces. I'm not sure. No, Aztec Mayan. They're writing. Let me see. I'm just trying to look for it. Wow, I can't find it. Why? Why can't I find it? Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Okay, I'm going to show you what it is. You tell me where I can find this piece of artwork. What it does is, you can't see my camera? Where's my camera? Wow, okay. It goes like basically this, this, no. This, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. This, let's see, that, and then it starts over again, this cycle, right? See the way it creates this? So the minimum size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the minimum size is 4 by 4. Now, this 4 by 4 is also going to talk about the drives. We can be talking about a truck right now, a 4 by 4. So everything we do must be talking about something else. And then the empty space here before we do this again. And you notice inside of here, if you take a deeper look, right? If we take a deeper look, right? We have 1, 2 inside of here. We have 12, okay, in both sides. We have 12, 12. If you want to look at it backwards, we have 12, 21. And the thing about 12, is 6 and 6, okay, equals 12. 7 and 5 equals 12. 8 and 4 equals 12. 9 and 3 equals 12. Whoop, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Now, everything is convoluted right now. I'm telling you 3 different stories, so I'm going to end each story very quickly. Okay, I want to end each story. In this story over here, it's the way that the design of the Mayan Aztecs are basically, and the pyramids. It shows me 7 levels to the top, but we only can get to the 6th level because the 7th level is on top. And it is divider of these 2 areas over here, right? The A letter, okay, can only begin, right? We can't see this line, divided line with 7. It can only start over here. It can start over here, but it can only start over here on the inside, right over here. It's an obligation of the squares. I can't start it in here. I'll be all along this lines. I need a complete box of area space. I need a complete cell. So this is my first level area. And that would be 6, and that would be 5, and that would be 4. Okay, now 7 was the stair on top. But in between, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th area. But inside, it's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is inside. 1 and 7 are not there. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to count, which equals to 20, 20 on the first level. On the second level, it'll be 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be 7, 11. Okay, A. This is B level, 7, 11. And 7, 11 is already represented over here on the cube. And the reason for that is because the numbers you don't see, okay, is because we don't talk about them. Every side of this cube has 9 area spaces. And I use it and I say that because there are 2 different than this one. That is 3. That is different from 2 of these because 2 of these and 2 of these look the same, but they're not actually the same direction. The total amount of dots is 21. But then if you go to your calculator over here, or you go to your ATM, or you go to your telephone, the square shows me 9. And it shows me it in a fashion that the pound key has now divided up all my numbers. And where the 0 has connected 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, to where my 4 corners are over here. Here are my 4 corners. My star, okay, is what connects my 4 corners. So the 4 corners equals to the star. We are not going to count number 5. We don't know what house number 5 is in. For all we know, it's just a passage that has been created. And it has been created only because if I show you the artwork of what 2, 4, 6, 8 does, it automatically creates these 4 corners and generates the empty space in between. So by creating 2, 4, 6, 8, total of 20, total of 6, total of 14, total of 8, total of 12. These are mathematical equations. 6 times 2 equals to 12. 6 plus 2 equals to 8. I don't know this mathematical equation yet. It might be the answer to something else, 6 and 8 equals to 14. I don't like that one. But anyways, 14 is the circumference of the cube. Maybe I just need the one direction. Maybe it's talking about 1 and 4, but I don't want to go into that realm. This becomes 1 and 2, becomes 3, 8. As well, it becomes 2, 8, okay, equaling to 66. As well, it will become 24 and 11 equaling to 35, equaling to 15 and 8, equaling to 23, equaling to 11, equaling to 12 all over again. Why I'm showing you this over here is because what happens is 2 plus 1 equals 3. So here is the 3, 8. 1 times 2 equals 2. Here is the 2, 8. Now we take this over here and we spell out the 2 letters of WO. The W is the 23rd letter. The O is the 15th letter. 15 plus 23 equals to 38. 28, M13, A1, N14 equals 28. Man is 28. Add on the 38 of the woman, and you have 66. And there's a mathematical equation. So anyways, I've jumped off on too many subjects right now. Here is the scale of counting in Gematria. Okay, I could have left this. Okay, I didn't have to do it this way. I could have did it this way. Right? I said I wasn't going to do it, but I can do it this way also, which gives it a little dimension. So our question is, do we cut this off on 5 and 6? I didn't cut it off on 5 and 6 before. So the head of the pyramid is number 7, and it's divided by 66. Now, there's a whole formation that goes with this, but I want to drop this for now because I can talk for a lot longer. There's a lot going on here, but just to note that number 19, okay, is what divides the pyramid. 19 and 19, SS, is what divides it. And the reason for that is because the 7th letter is the G, and the Gematria alphabet, the next one is the T. They're both G and T, 7 and 7. But when I'm talking about the cap of the rock, okay, because the 7 is just an area of space, you have to have the cap. So the cap is 19, taking the cap, and on the T, right? And on the T, I wish I can put these two together and create the rainbow effect. Hold on, maybe I could. I shouldn't rush. There's so many things going on. So let me do it this way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I see. I made a mistake. Made a mistake. Go slow, go slow, go slow, go slow, go slow. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. If the camera's off, please tell me. There's no comments yet. Very sad for me. It is what it is. Hey, Reese. How you doing? 2 by 2. I can go 3 by 3, you know. That is the Earth way. Divided. Remember those 3 people? Remember I was talking at the beginning? You needed, here's 10, and here's 10, and here's 10. But this is me, right? This is me. These are both my hands, so I get 20. And person X and person X, they hold hands here, and they get 10 because they're holding 10 just for the complete circuitry into the cyborg, which would be me. But otherwise, we each get 20, and it's all shared, 20, 20, 20. Did you follow the connection with that? So anyways, this is H, I, J, K, L, M. And the funny thing is that N goes over this way and goes up. N and M are together. This is together over here. The house is on M and N. Not only the house, but I'm not sure how you do this. You can also make it look like a roadway. When you get down over here, you now have a roadway that goes forward. Not sure if you can see in that artwork. So here is 6 and here is 8. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equaling to 8, equaling to 6. The total is 14 and 48, equaling to 62. This is the sun and the sun. This is the sun, the DNA. This is the N pass. And this is to the sun of Pluto, dividing the day and the night. Venus, Mars. So that's that. So that 1020 that we just did here, I spoke about before, and what it's representing, okay, in this case scenario, is that when 1020 are mentioned together, we're talking about 90, because in French we go 80, 20 meaning, sorry, I don't know why my camera's like this, 20 meaning 20, and 10 meaning 10, 10, 20, okay, if I multiply it, it's 200, let's say, pass go. If I add it, okay, it equals 230. So we now have 230, which can also be, if we were looking at time, we would have 150 minutes, 2.5 hours. So we can also be going 2.5 hours. So now we'd be on Earth. Okay, we'd also be on Earth's cube, because mathematically 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 plus 5 equals 0. 7 equals to a total of 17. The 17th letter is Q. The reverse to it is J, or the polar. Now, wow, there's other things to consider. I don't like the way the camera's. Hold on a second. There are other things to consider in all situations. There's a branching. So anyways, the reason I'm mentioning that it's 20 and 10, okay, that is 90, is because what we're actually saying in French is we're saying 4 times 20 and 10. So why do I have to say 4 times 20? Why can't I just say 10, 20? Because they're together, it's automatically 90. I don't have to multiply by 4. I am one part. When you go 80, I am one part of it. And the reason I am one part of it and created more is the one corner of the 4 corners on a square, because I'm occupying, forget about me occupying the center. Because if you took more than one item and put it a ring around me, a ring around me, and a ring around me, pull the rings out, or the geometric shape, you will see that then by creating pi, will I be the center or the eye, or something is, or I am the eye to the center of another creation, whether it's physically, mentally, or through the creation of the aether that we live, this realm that our minds live in. So I don't need to say 90. All I need to say is location, because according to CB radio, 10 talk, right? Everything is a 10 code. CODE, 5 and 4 and 15 and 3, 18 and 9, 27. Everything is a 10 code. It's a code of the red sun. It's a code of when big. But remember, in order to win big, you must place something on the line. The line being on Q. And now I'll explain to you what I was on to a few minutes ago, and I hope I can come back and not forget what I'm talking about. 10 is angels, or just say angel. 39 plus 19, 56, 30, and 11, 19, and 41. Okay, the spirit of the sun. When we play the game of roulette, this are what I call masonry bricks. In masonry bricks, you do not build the house as with regular bricks, and most bricks are not square bricks because most of the square bricks are at the corners. We would say that. Let me see it. We build with the bricks this way. Okay, so we build with our bricks this way. We build with our masonry blocks this way. Just going to just go and so should I be doing it this way? Because usually a masonry block has a center to it, right? Over here. No, that's not good. No, that's not good. You need a full level. See that? But you don't have 8, right? You don't have 8 until you get over here. Now you've got 88. So anyways, your block, where would your block be? I would need to create 3 of these in order to create that block. 888. So the actual block would be here. I will take away. Actually, it's not. Is it there? No, I don't think it can be done, actually. I think the only way we can find a center of a block if we go 3 by 4 or something and not 2 by 4. And by the way, this would be Mars and this would be Earth. Earth gets DC, Mars gets a cat, 9 to 5. Okay, it gets the division of the 7th gate, the house planet. And I said this all quick, and I'm going to explain to you why. Not why I said it quick, but what I said. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. This is 3/4 of a what's it called? And it's also, if it was 8 over 6, it would be 1 2/3. If I remember correctly. And there's an equation for 1 2/3, or 1.666. And that equation that goes with 1.666 is 258. And it's number 5. It's 5 divided by 3 equals 1.666, and 2/5 remainder equaling to Earth. Okay, and this will be 2.666 and 2/5 remainder equaling to Earth, or Jack, the plug-in of Q. Right? You remember I was telling you about the Q reverse is J for Jack. J is 10. It's a connection of A plus B plus C plus D. C and D are the division of the polars. They're the polars, C and D. Here's D, 4. Here's C, 3. They are also the polars, as I said, between the dividing numbers to Grover Cleveland. the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th president, the sun and the creation of time, from male and female, and the moon, moon time of man and woman, residing at the period IOD 16 and 5, 21, 39, 18, 23, 16, 9, 24, and 28. Wow. Angel of man, creation in the sky. 28, the cycle of the angel. What are the numbers in between? Ario, resident angels. 5, 23, 32, 40. Is that 47? 47 and 16. 47 and 20 is 67. Wow. Wow. It tells me time. Wow. That's a time period. Holy criminals. Wow. Wow. See, we were over here. We were in VW, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, but we have to go back to number 21. And one of the reasons for that is the ending to the beginning is what really happened at the end. What happened over here? So I have to go back and find the 21st pres. Let me go back and find the 21st pres there. 20th, no, 19. Okay, this is, okay. Chester A. Arthur. I'll get back to the bricks in a minute. TH, remember that, angel resident time energy, and it ends in ER, electronic resident, time heaven, Chester A, so that's the 21st. And the thing about this is 43, and the ENT for the entity with Earth at 25. I'm going to pack this 19, 29, 30. No, this will be 45. I'm going to put these together, the Fox Pass. Okay, TY is the Fox Pass. Remember the endings, ING, right? ING. How about ping or thing? I'm not going to get into any stories right now, okay? Not going to get into any stories. So we have 43 and EN. Okay, I can go ENT or I can put the TY here. I'm not really sure what to do. 45 tells me about the Fox Pass, which is 666. And by the way, that angle is right there. Duck feet. Why duck feet? Why this? Because if I take a 90-degree angle and I split this over here, that is at 225 degrees. The plus side and the minus side to the core of 225 is 216, okay, or 234, in which 66.6 plus this equals to complete your 90-degree angle, in which your 216 and your 684 completes the seconds of the day, runs in synchronization with the seconds of the day, in which this over here, 2160, which is 9 by 24, is 9 goes for a birth. Okay, 24 is the day. Equals to 11. The reason I say that is because when I replace this with those letters, it becomes these Roman numerals for 11, which equals to 6 and 3, which is 6 times 3 equals 18, or the letter R, or 6 plus 3 equals 09, or the letter I, giving me this equation over here, which totals 27. So there's a whole equation that goes on here. So we can see how this duck foot, okay, and created this situation. And through this situation over here,
okay, is what's left over here and what's left over here. So this marking is the 180 degrees. This marking is the 270 degrees, right? So that this area here that is taken up is supposed to be, is on this line. We're going to use 27, okay? Actually, it's supposed to be 30, but it's 27 and 3, because I like to use each area as a 10, but I can't. I want to use it as its half space. The reason for that is these areas are split. They all become half spaces, but I want to look at it as whole spaces. It's hard to explain that. How can it be 10? Should each one be 10? Okay, we're going to count each one at 10. So these two over here, between this and the 180 is 45 minus 9. 45 minus 9 minus 216 from here to 225 over here. And to over here, 225. So take off 9. So it'll be 30, 180, 80 plus 45 is over here. Minus 9 is, or minus 10. So that will be 35. Because we have to go by 10s and not 9s, because they're half spaces. Equals to a total of 215. This will equal to a total of 30. Equals to a total of 245. And then 35 on this side. 35 here, 35 here, and then 90. 35 and 35, we'd have 35 more. Wow, did I get this wrong? I'm having a problem doing this calculation. I don't know why. I always like to count this as each one is 9 for 27. I'm going to stick with my basic intuition. Each one of the areas are supposed to get 9, but that's not what I'm doing. 225 occupies 9 to the left, 9 to the right. It occupies a total of 18 plus 2. This is the way the Mayan calendar goes. 18 months to a 20-day 10 and 10, or is it 18 months to a 20-day month, or is it 20 days to a month, or is it 20 months of 9 and 9 days? Irregardless, this is the culmination. So 18 times 2, it's a total of 18 here. So 18 and 180. Am I complicating things? I'm trying to figure it out myself. Sorry about that. 18 plus 18 plus 180 equals 198. The spirit of heaven. These are reverse letters. 198 to 270 equals to 72 left over. If you want to go 6 by 12 equals to 72 if we were talking inches, which means 36 and 36. Okay, so you have 216 to over here. It shows you, if I was measuring moon time in a way, okay, the 216 is a birth. So it's showing you 144 equals to 360. So there's 1,440 minutes in a day. The 216 will represent the moon diameter, as well as representing birth. This is not the same clock. We run by the 1,440-minute clock to our day, but we also have to remember that it's 4 times 360 that creates this number over here. This is the sun value. Why do I call it the sun value? Because you see those are in the thousands, right? I want to remove this. I'm going to put it over here with 14 and just call this 54. 9 times 6. So it's already telling me to create 9 times 6. It's 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. This is the equation that creates the equation to the numeric value in the sun, the DNA that we run by. So that numeric value of the sun also creates I don't know where the design is. Right over here. Here's your rotation. So whatever artwork is in this rotation, it's rotation because we have already seen that here. This design, the skull bone of this design starts with number 9 and also reflects number 6, 6 and 9, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. And then we have the dividing stick over here, dividing of the 8. See the 8 that comes in between? Created from 3 and 3, creating 6 and 9. You have the dividing gate, which is dividing number 8. We were talking about the 9 faces right at the beginning, and there was a calculation I was on. $10K thousands. I think it's over here. I was talking about number 6. So how do you want to find number 6? Well, first of all, 9 is on every side. So here's your 9 and 6. 6, okay, is on only one side. Here is your 6. So 6 and 9, 6 goes with all the numbers because of the understanding of 9. 8 and 7 are a little different. 8 and 7 are just a reflection of 1, where there are 8 missing, and 2, where there are 7 missing. 7 and 8, the gateway, alpha, beta, 1 between 2. I don't know if we have to unfold this dice. Would you like me to explain it again? Every single one of our items that we seem to play with in life are mostly set up in this sense. It's set up in this sense, and then if you look, there has already been a division between them in one direction and then in the other. Whoop, I can't actually hold that there. Right? So you understand that. But when you look at this, you don't see those lines that we see here. So I use this symbol stuff over here. And then I use the telephone where we can put the star key on. Or I can divide it up like the pound key. One face, one dimension. One face. The polarities of this, okay, should be, if it was all wholes, would be 9 equaling to a total, if all added together, of 90. All poles equal to 90 according to this. But if I was using this center pole over here, going through this point, what would my value be? Well, it would be 6 times 45 is my pole number, which is 240 and 30. My pole number is 270 minus 10 for the pole. But minus 10 on how many levels? Do you know what I'm saying? How many levels going down on that pole? I don't know, but the basic is 270. And 270 is 3/4. If we're talking about this kind of separation, which is the Mars, I like to call it the Mars separation, or if we're talking about the Earth separation, which is more or less like, I don't know if I'm going to get this right. This is something like the Earth separation. Not really sure if I got it right, because Earth is a representation of 3, and Mars would be a representation of 4. At the same time, Mars would be a representation of 2, a 2x2 block, and Earth would be a representation of a 3x3 block. So 22 is the life of Grover. It is also the monkey, and bust, finishing with ST. Earth is 3 by 3, 9 lives of the cat, rotation of 6 and 9. And I tell you all these things, or I mention these things,
because that's what the word says. That's what the math says. That's what the artwork is telling me. What does the artwork tell you? So now I'm going to get to something in which I've been leaving out since the early beginning. So for those of you who have been here till this point on, thank you, thank you, thank you. My heart goes out for us. It is not I, but it is I and it is we, because I am the I, only that I can be with the we. Until the wee hours of the morning, we must regenerate all the time. Running and helping the gear. I need to create my gear. I need to refine my gear so that we can bring these souls together. I need to believe more than I already believe. I don't believe enough. I want to believe more. Right now I'm doing these numbers, these calculations, these amazing things I find that I don't know what they mean yet, but I know they mean something. It's just impossible that this was also perfectly created and all these things match up to tell these stories. Just coincidence, just like coincidence. No, doesn't, there's no way. That Grover Cleveland 22, 23, 24, no way. Who is, remember, the full cycle to the other side of the cycle who brings on the next cycle is the 19, because it's 361. I want to figure out who's the 19th president. I want to go to the 8. No, let's go to the 17th. Everybody says stand on 17. So let's go to the 17th president. You know what's funny? My son has a dream. He had a dream about Jimmy Carter. And he said, save yourself, save yourself. And he said, watch out for something in the bush. I don't know what it was. He said he lost something in the bush. I said, you lose the moon in the bush? He says, I don't know. But he says, George the monkey was watching out. So it was, what? Andrew Johnson. Wow. With the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson became the 17th president of the United States. Stand on 17. And he didn't stand long enough, for he was sitting in a big chair. Why was he sitting in the big chair? What is the story passed on from the altar worlds on images and creations and designs, only to tell us a story of what to look for? The labyrinth of life, unknowingly shared, not because you wanted to, because you're an acorn and you had to. It was bred inside of you. You had 3 choices and they were all going to spill the secret. Here is the dice cube. You have opened the can of beans. For me to take number 2 is opposite of what? Number 2 is opposite of what? I'm going to show you a little trick. I want to find my camera. The 2 is opposite of the 6. Here's 6, and I'm going to flip the dice upside down, and then I'm going to show you the 2. It's not really, but if I want, I can blank out this whole cube and reunite everything the way I want it to look and see how the combinations came out different to tell the one part of the story, because that 1 can go on 5 different sides. But in how many different sides opposite of the 1, opposite of the 5, of the 4, of the 3, of the 2? There is 4. 1 can move in 4 different directions, opposite of something. While if you had 1 and 4, and you had 3 and 5, you will have 2 and 6. So what one story they tell you, there are so many more stories that can be created. We don't have to go by the logics of this creation. Neither do we have to in the deck of cards. But in the deck of cards, it's a little bit different because it's a mirror of something. So it's already telling you most of the story, to where the only 3 cards that are left in the deck is the 2, is the 8, and it is the 9, and it is the 10 card. I'm not counting the ace. Hi, Risa. I'm not counting the ace. The ace is apparent in the 5. Do you see the center dot ace? Right there in the 5. So I don't need the ace. Now we have the 7. Oh my God, here's the 9. So look, poof, poof, the 4 corners to the 1 in the center. I don't need the 5. So I keep the 9. So the 9 will replace the ace as well. Okay, as well as it will replace, looking through the cards, as the 3. See, the ace is inside the 3 replaced. I keep the 2. I take away the 3 because there's already an existence of the ace inside of the 9. So I save these 2. We can look at the 6 and the 7 card, right? But we don't need to play with them, right? We're going to toss them out because in the deck of cards, oh, here it is. We have the 8. So you see the 6 and 6, same areas. The 8, forget about the suit right now. And the 7 card, right, which is, we already have that dot. 2 dots, 8 is Mars connecting into Earth. 8 and 7, the 7th gate. We now plugged in to a new area. Click, click, 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. They created a star system by removing the Lincoln Tunnel, the George Washington Bridge. What was going over is going under, and what is under is now over. How are you doing, Michelle? Lincoln was 16. Wow. Stand on 17, eh? But he was the 16th president? Is that what you mean, or 16 years old? Because over here it said, let me see. Thank you very much, by the way. Andrew Johnson. Oh, Andrew Johnson was the 17th president. I'm sorry. Andrew Johnson. Wow. Well, how did I get left in left field? It was the 17th president with an, okay, hold on a second. Let me see this. Okay, this is perfect. With the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson became the 17th president. Okay, so 16th was Lincoln. So, and it's so funny because Lincoln has got that 1 times 6, he's the spirit of 76, right from Lincoln. You become a new gateway when you get to Johnson. And it's funny because everybody is like, if you look at the name Andrew Johnson, AN or DNA is, for me, it's showing me another son. It's telling me about Dr. Dre. Watch out for Dr. Dre in Andre the Giant. You know Andre the Giant? He was a wrestler, right? So Andre, Dre meaning a doctor, but Dre, which deer. I'm thinking of something because when D and R come together, it's DE and AR, which is deer, which is gold, which is the golden, right? I'm going to explain to you why. When the E and A come together, I see it as the first and the 5th letter. That is number 15. I change it to the letter O, and it's been working for me. Not only that, the E is the 5th letter, the A is the 1st letter, 1 and 5 equals to 6. Now, when I change it to the O letter, it also equals to 6. So I really haven't gone much further. DOR, okay, if you put an apostrophe, it can say, I like to look at it and say sleeping gold. sleeping of the mass, or a plug-in of some sort, because the D letter is the first time you reach into the fourth dimension. You do not say Ford, which would be when you say three, you say third. It's not second, and you're saying Fortin, 14. 14 is almost talking about seconds. But it's just when we get to four, it's fourth. It's used as fourth. Like in thirst, when T and H come together, it says teach. Teach from within the ashes. From I am at the peak of the gateway. This is expressed to me that the T letter in Gematria, okay, is at the top value. And the H, okay, is at the top, but it's on the opposite pyramid. But it is next to G7. There is T7 and there is G7. The in-between of H and S, which are the opposite numerics of each other, the 19th and the 8th letter equaling to 27, they play in that realm between G and T. We're going to forget about A through F, and we're going to forget about right now everything of U all the way to Z. So if I add up 7 through 20, it would be 210 minus 21, which equals 179. Adding up 1 through 20 equals to a total of 210. If I take away 1 through 6, 21, I end up with 190. 190, the spirit of rotation. All zeros equal 6 creates 196, and I think that's 16 by 16. No, 14. No. 196 divided by 14. Yes, 14 times 14 times 14. Okay, 196. That's right. 13 times 13 is 169. So the 13th letter is M. The 14th letter is N. And in Gematria, they also put them together. They keep them, the M and N are on the same level of a 1. They each get a 1 value. Thank you, Michelle. Let me look at what you wrote. Found out a lot of really cool books. I'm going to try and get into that. I'm looking at so many things. Dre, I thought of it, M and M. So right away when you say M and M, you say 50 cents. There are so many things going on. Let me put forth to you. Even the word let me put forth, and this is a repeat from earlier on in the video, that when I put forth to you, right? Forth is a numeric value of 28, the cycle, okay, of the transfer of the masses of the cube-like, 21. Remember 21, what it does. I just took 21 away, adding 1 through 6. When you live through the gateways of G and T, we will now remove those two gateways between G and T. And by the way, instead of me adding up to 190, okay, adding up a number 7 through 20, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the peak on both of them. At the same time, that was the regular alphabet. If I'm counting through the alphabet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this will equal to 28. This will equal to 21, which is 49. If I add them up together, it's 28, 28. We're running into the next cycle of the moon. Add on another day. The 6th day and the day of rest to the 6 days. To the 1 day that there is no rest, but just a movement. To the next 6 days, to the 1 day of rest on the 7th gate. The rooster from 9 to 5. What is that 9? Where does that 9 come in? 7 down to 6, over to 5. 7, 8, 9. 8 and 9, we may have changed the direction. How did 7 eat 9? By changing the direction and going into the belly of the 7th gate. Into the belly of the 7th gate. So now, if I'm counting in Gematria, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 28. That's 56. Now I'm going to be removing number 7 on both sides. 1 through 7 equals 28. Okay, minus 7 equals to 21. And 1 through 7 equals to 28. Minus 7 equals to 21. So inside the gateways is 21, 21, 33, the mass. It is the cycle of your week, which goes 4 times 7, the same way we say 4 times 20 in French to show the 4 quarter cycles. Yes, number 20 is a quarter cycle into number 80. This is so confusing. When we say number 80, we're saying 4 times 20. So we know the cycles are 20. If I was playing hockey, it'd be 20 minutes in a period. So by me saying that cycle, the thing is 20 and 25, because quarter means 25. When you have 4 quarters, you have 100% of that cycle, which is 80. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I see it all in here. There's so much of it. So now what I was getting to, and I'm going to write this down.
Okay, is when you add 1 through 20, it equals to 210. But when you add 1 through 6, it equals to 21. So if I'm going to add 7 through 20, it's going to equal 190. If I add this to this, well, it's 189. I am sorry. Plus 21 equals to 210. Now, what's funny with number 1 and number 2? I don't want to do anything unless I got number 3. So all number 1s, I like to put on to the next digit. When there are 4 numbers, it's one thing. When there's 3 numbers, it's another thing. I don't want to make it confusing, but it's $1.89, or it's $1,689.49. I'll put a period over here, and I'll put a comma over here as a new beginning to the period at the end of the sentence. So this is just something out the gate. At the same time, I want to show you that if we're looking at the Pythagorean count, okay, this would actually be 7 over to 2, which would equal to 28, which will equal to 27. If you count 2 through 7, yes, it equals to 27. How do I know it's so quick? Because if I add 1 onto it, the only missing 1, it equals to 28. And when you add 1 through 7, it equals to 28. I'm going really fast. Please, somebody stop me. When you add up 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, it equals to 28. If we remove the beginning and we remove the end, we remove the beginning and we remove the end, we would add up to 20. If we would only work through the core, the center of all the numbers, we would have 511. Key, 11th letter, K. This means thousands. In order to get to thousands through the maximum and the highest number in the world is 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. The reduction of this, because all zeros equal 6, is 16 times 16 times 16 equals to something. $4,096. Does anybody know any computer networks that work with this? This is the blue earth and birth in rotation. Blue rotation, 33 the mass. When you add this up, it equals to 343 CDC. It'll also represent 19, 19, 19, 19. Okay, I'm just doing this really quick. 3 times 4 and 3 plus 4 is 7 and 12, 19. So I'm just trying to say it's 19 to the left, 19 to the right, and the base is 19. Okay, so I'm not going to go into any of that. And what's ironic okay, is this equals to 21 plus 343 equals to 364 or 13 moons. So this 10-10-10M runs into 13 moons. Now I have a design of Merkaba that also shows M and M, or 2,000 years on the Merkaba. And I don't like to draw quick, okay? I'm just going to do it this way. I mean, anybody can do it, right? And here's your Merkaba, right? And here's your M, which is 1,000. And here's your other M, which is 1,000. And then you have your core center. I'm not really sure how to put that on there. See, the army stripes go this way, and then you're only allowed to have one army stripe going that way. So when you're going Roman numerals, okay, it's standardized through the creation. Either you're leaning this way or you're leaning that way, but you're not leaning both ways at the same time. It's one or the other. I wish, hold on a second. I wish I could see it. I'm lost, but that's usual. My move and upcoming surgery has taken all my time. Do not be lost. Do not worry. Only learn one piece. That's it. Be happy with. You're hungry. You eat too much. You eat too fast. You eat without recognition of what you're eating to satisfy your mind and your soul. The happiness we all search out is not a material item, because no matter what you get over time, unless you are constantly taking a chance with something that you desperately need, it's a game. And it's a game for this, to keep this ticking. We have to learn a way for happiness without sacrificing the happiness of anybody else. It does happen. There are differences. So when I was talking about this 10-10-10, the letter M saying 2,000 years, and that's what it is. So what is the balance of the 160 years? 16 times 10? 16. But 16 might not be the 16 that you think it is, because it's a sweet 16. And how sweet it is that if you're playing the game of blackjack, which is the game of the sun, that ace that you may hold in your hand thinking you have a 1 and a 6 is ace 11 in blackjack. Although 1 and 1 is 2 and 6 is 8, it is also regarded as 17, and you stand on 17. So I'm going to get to something that before I get to a piece I did about an hour ago, I want to go to left and right. What's left out? What's left out? Well, if you have one corner out of 4, there are 3. No, 1 out of 3, there are 2 left out. So the combination of LE, 17, the combination of FT, 26, the letter Z, the letter Q. The reverse on this is A and J. So left out is the Jack Angel for the Queen Czar. 88. This has been replaced on your ATM. The Q and the Z are now on the number 1 on the ATM. They have been removed from 7Q and 9Z. 1024. The other one is 35 and 17. This again will be related to roulette. Wow, they say my connection is unstable. I'm going to take a look. My connection is unstable. Can somebody write to me and tell me if they can hear me? Okay. Can somebody tell me if I'm having a little trouble here? Wow. Okay, can somebody tell me if they can hear me? Can you hear me, Michelle? It's buffering? Yeah, okay. They've done that already a couple of times to me. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, you can hear me? So what's happening? Can you explain to me what's happening? But I don't know if I can continue on. I don't know if you're seeing me. Oh, you know what? I can go check it myself. Yes, I can go check it myself. Hold on a second. Connect streaming software to start preview. Right? Okay, so you could see. Okay, I see you can see because I can see. Okay, so the word left, okay, connects 88. The word right, okay, is a 5-letter word. The word left is a 4-letter word. Okay, the total value of a 4-letter word is 4 times 27 equals to 80 and 28, which means the cycle of the passage, the quarter passage, is on the left. In the word right, we have the 7th gate. It is a 5-letter word where R and I and T and H are at the end, heaven of time for the residency. And the passage and the numeric value to this is 55. Is there a better one than the other? I do not know. So this is a 5-letter word, and it'll equal to 100 plus 35 plus 55, or a takeaway. So it's 135 minus 55, and there is a separation of 80. That's ironic. That's just ironic. Let me look at this again. 55 and 80 is 135. That is the total numeric value for 5 letters, 5 times 27. Now, when it comes to left, okay, right, I multiply, right, 135. So that would be 80 plus 55. And the other one would be 80 plus 28. Hold on a second. Equals 108 minus, what is the value of left? Hold on a second. Wow. 43. So the value is 65. And the value over here is 55. Wow. 55. No. Yes, 65 and 55. That's ironic because the 10 difference is no difference. It's the 10 is just the added clock for Jack. That's the way I look at it. So it's still buffering. So what should I do? Just stop the video and start another one? What do you think? Can you see anything, Michelle? Yes? Say yes or no. I can see it. Say yes. Let me see my... Yeah, I'm looking at something else here to see if it's working.
Yeah. So left and right. So we have to understand the terminology of left and right. It's perfect. Okay. So, and I don't know a lot of stuff. I'm just a regular guy like anybody else. I just have the desire for truth. You know what I'm saying? Just have that desire for truth, and not only truth. That's not enough for me. That's not enough. I want to feel the earth's vibration. We need to feel the earth vibration. If the truth is we are connected to Gaia, like they say, if the truth is when you do certain things in life, certain things happen to you. Things are that they call, oh, look, the spirit. Spirit is referring to alcohol. Okay. When you're referring to grapes, and they talk about grapes in the Bible, right away you have to refer grapes to 1/4 part of creation. And how we make what we do and how we get to the wines of grapes. Because in French, okay, when we say wine, we say vin. We can also make apple cider vinegar, wine from apples. So once you say vin, that word, regardless of how it's spelt, you hear it in a crowd. If somebody said 120, it means 120 in French, but it also means blood 20, as well as without 20. So if you're without 20, then you are 60. Because everybody knows you're not 100. You are only 80 of, because the imprint of 20 that was created was replaced and moved somewhere else. And the 20 area space is what gives you life. It's like, you ever go fishing and have these little sinkers, or you have a little thing you turn, and you can turn it, and open up, this one will fall out, and you turn it again, open up that one, that'll fall out. It's only going to fall out of one. And then there's one empty space where nothing falls out. Because otherwise, you're going to lose something. So you have to leave one empty space empty. Space, time, 44, 47. Space equals to the division of night and day created by 22, Mars. Time equaling to both male and female, 12 and 13, 25, the heart of creation. I don't think there's anything that they can hide on one of us on this planet that we can't bring together to tell the story. It is just so interesting, even deep down into the music, where if you're connected enough, or you have enough the wheel to dive into the vibration, you will see the music dance inside your head. That is someplace you want to go. Everybody's looking for the climatical of the mind, to see the honest, truthful, passionate harmonization and freedom of nature. And we are a leaf. We are alive, and we are a leaf picking up the energy and the movement of that energy. They call it the wind, inside the wind. It is possibly what is to come in the next dimension of creation. Once we are deplugged from the matrix, in this nuality of a dimension that is entered into every aspect of your life. At this very moment, every single human being that has heard a certain word in the last 2 years and thinks about it, whether left or right or center, must understand that there are other words that I wish not to mention, oh God, mentioned very often, is the passageway we run through to where what you always thought was never real, you are to realize that once you disconnect, you will be reconnecting, but you won't see me, and I will maybe not see of you. I'm not sure if you can understand that. a new realm, a new dimension within one's mind, in which I can name a few of you, a few people who have reached that dimension. Some of the people may be living down the street, and some of them might have taken and separated themselves from the ark. The ark. Anytime you hear CAR together, that is your body, your soul. Your ark that is, the ark that supports your soul. The first 30 presidents of the United States are all there right now. And all those who were born in the period of time of those first 30 presidents, they are all there now. Doesn't matter what they had in life, what material items they had, what they did, they are all there now. And they have been through there in the purgatory. Some might still be in the purgatory until we wake up and see what we have lived. It is nice to see it while your material arc is on this planet. Feel that full vibration. So I want to finish off this last piece that started hours ago, and there's so many. And it had to do with how I gave a dot the value of 8, and how I give a line the value of 17, and how I give, okay, a value of 35. The value over here, okay, the value over here, let me just put it here, or here, or here, or here, is 17 to 1. It means the one chip that you lay, or the one chip that you place, meaning you are second, okay, before first. But you are actually third because you are only the holder. Of AB. What you put in B will come back as A. Do you follow? These are 17 to 1, meaning the division between these two areas is 17 to 1. When I put a dot over here, right, in this area, it means I am part of A, B, C, D. In this one, I am part of A and B. So this would be 8.5 is what it would tell me. And this 17 to 1, okay, 8.5 plus the 1 back, right? Because it's between the two sides. So the value is 2 times 1 plus 8.5. This one over here is 4. So you will get 4.25. 4 times 4.25 is 17 plus the 1. This is the situation. The direct hit is 35 to 1. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 17, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. And the other one is 0, 8 will equal to the house planet. And these are the payouts in the game of roulette. 1 and 7, 8. 3 and 5, 8. And 8 valued at 8. But 8 becomes 68, becomes 14 and 48. All zeros equal 6. 1 through 9, all zeros equal 6. So if that's the truth, if all zeros do become 6, then we are going 61 to 69, in which we are 61 years since the birth of 1960. If we are taking everything into Revelation, then that is 60 of 60. We are in the 61st year of 1960. That means we have 8 more years left before the complete transformation. But the complete transformation, the 8 and 9 is when we reach the 7th gate. So that would mean in the year 2525, in the year 2025, but only what they did is they reverted 2525, 77, and that is put forth Christ unto thee, time heaven.
The word fourth, F6, OR is gold, number 33, time heaven 28, total 60, total is 67. Is that right? Did I make a mistake? 33, 43, 53, 61. It's 67. Wow, I made a mistake. I'm very sorry. This is freedom and it's not Christ. This will revert to freedom of the half-life. Wow, made a mistake. I'm very, very sorry. But at the same time, okay, there is no coming to 6. There is no 0, exactly, because 0 is the composite of what surrounds 1. And 6, okay, is the only number, okay, that runs to the 7th gate here. The light is ignited in 6, brought forward in 5. It's only 5 and 6. And 5 and 6 is the reverse of 1 and 2. It's so complicated to really explain. I made a mistake in this situation. I thought it was 77. But when you go over to say fourth with a U, you add on 21, and that equals to 88. Okay? When you do that, that comes into the Christ. And the 21 is the cube. 16 is where Abraham Lincoln would step in. This is the half-life and the freedom because of the mathematics. And I'm a little embarrassed, and I've been going over this video very, very, very long, and I'm not sure how many times I've stepped on myself. Bringing two sides together. See that thing in the center? Bringing both this side and this side together. And that's that. That's the spade. Look up what spade is in French. How to say the deck of cards in French. The club, the diamond, the heart, and the spade. Look it up in French. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Separating it or bringing it together through the hammer and the chisel right over there. How much will the Lacoste alligator cost? All the bed, Taurus. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Oh, the 10 code that we talked about a long time ago. Where does 6 and 6? Where does 12 come from? 6 and 6, 7 and 5, 8 and 4, 9 and 3. How do we create it with this? Well, with 6 and 6, we're going to need 2 cubes like that. And we got 6 and 6 coming together. 1 and 1 is the reverse. 1 and 2 equals to 3. This equals to 2. In the game of craps, they say bar 66. Your bar in 66 is do not enter. What is at the top of 66? The 7th gate. It's barring you from entering. 7 and 5 equals 12 equals 2. Where is this? The accomplice of the 7, the reverse of the 7, okay, is going to be the 4. And the 5, okay, is going to reverse the 2. I will explain this to you. There is no 7 on the dice. So either you use 2 dice cubes to create the 7, which would be 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. Or what you can do at the same time, use 2 dice cubes to create the 5. The only ones, okay, or you can take the 5 on its own. Now, I'm starting to get into too many complicated things, but these are things you can do to understand your totality. This part here will give you the painted sky angel, number 39. It also represents Saturn, the number 10, and the female. They're all the female. And the female will represent inside of it, will represent the male at the same time. Because the female, okay, once the female is replicated, it creates the male, and it comes out through from Mercury. If you want to look at it that way, it ends up to be Venus and Mars. And when I talk about 3 being Earth in this situation, okay, Mars as being the 3rd planet must come in with Mercury in order to be the 4th planet. Sorry, Earth number 3 comes back with Mercury in order to create Mars. Venus mirrors itself to create Mars. The reverse of this, okay, 3 and 1, 10, 2 and 2, sorry, 3 and 1, 4, okay, is the reverse of 6 and 4, 10. 13 is the male, creation of DC, the moon. 1.5 times in the half-life. You see that 6? It also can be noted as a 7 because it's the only dot that is not on the other side. Time, 1 and 6 creates the time, the division of time. The 10 codes in CB, we did the bricks, we did Gematria. When we get to number 7, it's 6 and 6 that gets divided by the 7th gate. So you want to call it 6.5. I don't know. There's just so many things out there. I don't even know where I got into this video. Yeah, this Star of David 2160, 22nd, 43, 519, 20, 43, 19, 43, and 45 equals to 88 plus 419 equals to 107. So the 20s is going to relate us to the Q of Jack Earth. I am who I am. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Let me take a look. Michelle. Oh yeah, very important to meditate. We must, when this whole thing is out the door and we get back to the other world, we must leave our bodies and enter into our minds deeply, deeply. There's a lot of stuff in there. No, there's never too late. I only began at the age of 41, and it took me 10 years before I believed in anything. Even more than that. In 2016, I was just starting to understand. It took me at least 10 years. Are you kidding me? I thought I know it. I know there's a truth because the numbers repeat themselves, the designs, the artwork, the connections, they all connect, you know? No, don't, first of all, I'm not too far advanced. Stop. I'm talking into another area where maybe I have not explained. So if you need any kind of, if it's possible, schooling on any specific, but I need to see exactly what it is. I'm just talking about, I'm going too fast. I have to stick on one item. You know, I have to stick on one item, but I'm not sure what to present. You know, when they say some people can teach and some people can create, maybe I can't teach. I think I can. I really do. I just can't. I need to be organized. It's a lot of organization. I'm never sure where to start, and things start to spread out. Plus, I'm only creating situations right now and the mathematics and how things compare to each other. I haven't even got into the game yet. All meditation is in silence. All meditation is in silence. I don't meditate. I'm telling you right now, I want to learn. We need to leave. We need to leave, and we need to stop being, we cannot be, the things that are scarce. Stand up for the righteous. Stand up for the righteousness. Stand up. We must all stand up. We are everyone. We are everyone.
We must become united. I'm going to end it now. I'm a little tired. I want to thank you for watching. And I hope I was able to say something. There's just so much going on. So much going on. Just want to say one thing. All you have to say is 20 and 10 equaling to 90. If you just say 20, you're going to 80. If you just say 10, you're in 70. Everything else, let's forget about, because everything is in 70, 80, and 90. You will say 10, you will say 70, the gateway. 76 and 16 is 92. That is your birth to the gateway. How we get to 92, it is yellow, it is black, it is the buzzing bee. It is created by 16. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6. 42 and 13 equals to 55. 42 minus 13 equals to 29. We can do the same mathematics with number 14 and get to number 29. That is the bee, the yellow, the black, the buzzing bee. I lost myself. 17. Let me go back and look at my video again. I want to. Our DNA is, for me, it's showing me another sun. It's telling me is unstable. I'm going to take a look. Art of creation. There is no coming to 6. There is no 0, exactly, because 0 is the composite Pegasus. Let me take a look. Michelle. Oh yeah, very important to meditate. We must, when this whole thing is out the door, when we get back to the other world, we must leave our bodies and enter into our minds deeply, deeply. There's a lot of stuff in there. No, there's never too late. I only began at one thing. All you have to say is 2010 equaling to 90. If you just say 20, you're going to 80. If you just say 10, you're in 70. Everything else, let's forget about, because everything is in 70, 80, and 90. Okay, so let me see if I can get back to something.
70, you just have to say 10. 80, you say 20. And 90, you say 10, 20. You can also say 3. This one here, okay, plus 12. Okay, plus 10 plus 12 equals to 42. This one over here is 20, is number 8 plus 6 plus 6. And this is number 16. So you have 7, you have 8, and you have 6. That's what happened here. All zeros equal 6. It is this around that, and this point are included in that, and that is an automatic 3. 1/3. That's what it is. 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. That's the basic. Now, if you want to go on the outside of each, I'm not going to get into that. So this equals to 21. 16, this equals to, hold on a second. This equals to 26. And this one equals to, I added on the 12 for 6 and 6. See that? These two equals that one over there. 42 and 42 equals to 84. The sun of Pluto, 48, 84, 4, 8, 8, 4, 4, 7, 4. The sun, purple, 88, space, 44, day and night, divided by space of 16 and 8. How do I get this? 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. How do I get 44? 8 times 4, 8 plus 4 equals to 32, equals to 12, totals to 44. I can go 20 also to the minus side. The day and night, 16 hours and 8. It's a 2-to-1 difference. Creation of the seventh gate. So that's this basic setup over here. The other thing that I didn't mention before is 7 is over here. It's the 7 void. This is the 8 void. So your 7 and 8 is through 1 and 2. Your reversal of that is your 5 and 6, 11. So your creation is in your 11. And the 3 and the 11 are the red ball and pull, the solid and the stripe. And 11 is the student, Yo 11, the student of crapping out. I'm not really sure where else to take this. There are so many things. I spoke about this at the beginning. So now we know, okay, where 10, 20, and 30 is. 10, 20, and 30. So all we're left is 40 and 50 and 60. And that is in the center of your keyboard, which is def. So either we go 90 or we go 110. These two and these two, but not these two. Anyways, there's more to this. I'm a little tired. There's more to think of how things should come together. And now what I just did, and the reason I did that is because when you speak French and you say 70, you are going to say 60 and 10. So I no longer need to use 60 in any shape or form. So when I said, let's say 60, forget it. I don't need to say 60 because it's already conformed. Okay, it's already conformed. 60 is already conformed in 70. Okay, when I get to 80, they're already conforming that it's 4 times 20. When I get to 90, it conforms to me that it's 4 times 20 and 10, which is my 30. So the only thing left is 40 and 50. Is 9 plus 12 is 102 Valentines. Or a 90-degree angle, which is 1/4 of the angles or 1 part of the wing. 110 is everything. Where did you get that? Yes, 110 is everything. Yes, 110 is everything, 60 and 50. That is, but I don't need to use the 60 because, yes, right, 70 and 40 is what would come together instead of 60. And 7 is below 4. So we don't need to use 1, we don't need to use 2, we don't need to use 3 because we're already using it in our other equations. 46 becomes DC, 46 becomes DC, and 56 becomes the DNA of the red sun. DNA of the sun. I don't know if I want to use red sun. And Grover Cleveland was, anyways, there's so much going on. Freeway pass, 470. Wow. So you're actually living on God's pass. That's what it would say. It is the gateway, a gateway pass. So what would be the significance and why are you there? Is it supposed to be what? What are the elements that makes you look like a ghost where you can go anywhere and no one will talk to you because you said all the right things in the area that you are for that vibration, like a free pass? Wow. Nice. Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. And it's also the cycle of the half-life. God is the cycle of the half-life. Gates, G-O-D, gates of divide. You can also say gates of divinity. And when you say the word gate, you are saying 8, but you are starting with the 7th letter. The reverse alphabet, you are restarting with the letter T in the reverse alphabet. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T.
Number 7. 20 or 7. Want all zeros equal to 2, so that 20 would be 26, would be 8, it would be 7 and 8. There's a lot. There's a lot. Everything connects. Everything connects all the way down to Grover Cleveland. No, when it's time, all you need to find is one peanut. All you see, in the world we live, I believe, or I can make believe, that the world we live is it's you know, you didn't just come into this world. You came into this world, you had hopefully parents or somebody to care for you. So there's an upbringing. And through the upbringing, things are lost in translation if those who are upbringing were not taught how to upbring. And it's not their fault. And sometimes it's really not our fault. And sometimes it is, because we have choices. And for every choice we take, there's a choice we did not. If we had a decision to make, we made a choice upon judgment and logic. Sometimes you have to trust, and sometimes it costs you a little bit of time. The cost of time and living. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. So if you come up with any answers to something, write the word down and see where the word takes you. So many mistakes went into your book of many things not to do. So now with every mistake, there is a watch out and beware. This is what happened if you do this, this, and this. So it's not a mistake, but a learning period. While you go down 95 streets, only to know that it's the 96th street that leads you where you want to go. Trial and error. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry. Do what you have to do, and don't do anything that holds heavy consequences. Don't do anything that will stymie you. And if we just all do what we want to do without stymieing those in front of us, those of us who are thinking logically and sanely, and do we think sanely and logically ourselves? I have had someone judge me for the last 2 years. I have had someone to judge me on purpose, just to make sure that my rational and logic are in line. And so far, I have a passing grade. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We are upon 2 hours. Blessed be he, blessed be thee, as for one, as not for all, and all for one. Identity of the nationality of the universal logics and harmonics that vibrate, or should be vibrating. Okay. Reading off a script.